Have you ever noticed how strange it sounds to hear that before asking God for more, you may need to organize what you already have? It almost feels backwards. Yet this paradox is where transformation begins. Many chase answers while their minds remain filled with noise, ruled by anxiety, fear, and doubt. Biblical prosperity does not grow from hurry, but from alignment. When silence replaces chaos, awareness awakens and wisdom gains space to act. Here is the truth few say aloud: God does not compete with disorder. He cooperates with those who develop maturity, self-mastery, and self-control to care for what they have received. This is not about controlling the future, but creating harmony in the present. Organizing life is not lack of faith, it is faith in action. It prepares the ground for God to take care of the rest. When this happens, the mind changes, decisions sharpen, and the path opens, not by chance, but by principle. How many times have you prayed, believed, worked hard, and still felt like nothing was moving forward? What looks like delay is often a season of transformation that requires maturity to understand. Hurry creates noise, and noise clouds awareness, making it difficult to hear what is revealed only in silence. When results do not appear, anxiety rises, fear draws near, and doubt begins to speak loudly. But this does not always mean something is wrong. Many times, it means preparation. There is wisdom in learning how to wait without losing inner balance. Before anything changes on the outside, something must be aligned on the inside. Nothing solid is built through improvisation, but through alignment between intention, action, and timing. This process requires self-mastery, not to control everything around you, but to exercise self-control over your own reactions. Where anxiety rules, decisions are rushed. Where self-control exists, clarity is born. Harmony does not happen by chance, but when inner noise quiets down and direction becomes clear. This principle has crossed generations and remains true today. And this is exactly where preparation for the next step begins. There is a simple yet profound principle. Before asking for results, the mind must be organized. Many desire prosperity, progress, and change, but live trapped by anxiety, fear, and doubt, because the mind is filled with noise. When thoughts compete with one another, alignment is lost, and without alignment there is no clarity. Scripture teaches that everything begins within, in the heart and the mind. A confused mind struggles to sustain wise decisions. True transformation begins when a person learns to quiet excess and think with awareness. In that space, practical wisdom begins to form. An organized mind does not remove challenges, but it develops self-mastery to face them. Where self-control exists, reactions lose power and responses gain direction. Biblical prosperity is not the result of impulse, but of maturity. When inner noise decreases, faith stops being emotion and becomes conviction. Harmony grows when thoughts, words, and actions move in the same direction. Without mental organization, a person may stay busy but go nowhere. And it is right here that many realize the problem is not lack of effort, but lack of inner structure, an essential insight for the next step. Organizing life begins from within. Before schedules and lists, thoughts must be examined. Old beliefs, recurring doubts, and unresolved fears create constant noise and drain awareness of what truly matters. Scripture speaks of renewing the mind, and that requires self-mastery to interrupt automatic patterns. When a person learns to choose what to dwell on, inner alignment is formed. Focus replaces distraction, and silence begins to organize what once felt chaotic. This is a sign of spiritual maturity. Without inner order, any external progress remains fragile. Then organization must reach daily routine. Desire alone does not produce change without direction. Lack of priorities feeds anxiety and strengthens the fear of falling behind. Self-control here means learning to say no to what steals time and yes to what builds the future. A simple but consistent routine creates harmony between intention and practice. Setting fixed times for rest, work, and reflection reduces mental noise. When routine reflects purpose, the mind stabilizes. This daily care prepares the ground for something deeper, faith and surrender. Once the mind begins to organize and routine gains direction, a deeper invitation appears: trust. Biblical faith does not cancel responsibility, nor does it allow control to become an idol. There is a moment when self-mastery gives way to conscious surrender. When a person does what is within reach with maturity, anxiety quiets and rest grows within silence. True faith does not oppose action, it walks beside it. This balance creates inner harmony. Where faith aligns with practice, fear weakens and doubt loses authority. Faith without action leads to stagnation, but action without faith leads to exhaustion. Biblical wisdom teaches that God moves where hearts are aligned, not merely emotional. To surrender is not to stop acting, but to act with awareness and then release the outcome. Much inner noise comes from trying to control what is no longer ours to control. When effort and trust come into alignment, the mind settles and clarity increases. This posture reflects spiritual growth. And here many begin to understand that prosperity is not only about having more, but about thinking differently. A truly prosperous mind is not accidental. It is shaped by continuous transformation of thought. Biblical prosperity begins when a person develops awareness of what feeds the mind daily. Disordered thoughts create noise, and noise weakens spiritual perception. When information is constant but reflection is rare, anxiety rises and fear takes control. A mind that seeks wisdom learns to filter, prioritize, and silence what does not build. This process requires maturity, because disciplined thinking demands effort beyond reaction. A prosperous mind also learns to govern emotions. Self-mastery and self-control are not suppression, but direction. Emotions pass, decisions remain. When thoughts, feelings, and actions move in alignment, inner harmony forms. Scripture shows that those who trust are not ruled by doubt, nor driven by impulse. Planning, focus, and consistency flow from a trained mind, not temporary motivation. Gradually, noise fades, clarity grows, and life finds rhythm. And that rhythm prepares the heart for a final call that challenges priorities and choices. There comes a moment when asking for results must give way to ordering life with awareness. Many want change without adjustment, harvest without preparation, peace without self-mastery. Yet biblical principles are clear. Before abundance, there must be inner transformation. When the mind lives in noise, anxiety decides. When it finds silence, wisdom leads. Stagnation is rarely lack of faith, but lack of alignment between prayer and lifestyle. Spiritual maturity begins when responsibility is embraced. That step alone weakens fear and dissolves doubt. Beginning is simpler than it seems. Organizing thoughts, time, and priorities is a spiritual act that produces immediate harmony. Writing plans, setting schedules, adjusting habits. These are expressions of self-control, not rigidity. Order brings rest, and rest brings clarity. Scripture teaches that God works where the ground is prepared. When a person chooses to steward what is already in their hands, change begins inwardly before it appears outwardly. And this understanding opens the door to a decision that can no longer be postponed. Now the question becomes personal. What will you do with what you have heard? Which areas of your life remain trapped in noise, anxiety, or doubt simply because alignment has been neglected? Transformation does not occur through understanding alone, but through action taken with awareness. Why not begin today? Where self-mastery is absent, fear rules. Where self-control exists, harmony is formed. Organizing the mind, time, and priorities is not a burden. It is an act of wisdom that restores peace. So reflect honestly. What is out of order right now? What have you asked God for without creating space to receive it? Which habit must change? Which decision must be made? Spiritual maturity means taking responsibility without losing faith. Start small, but start now. And remember, after you do your part with faithfulness, God takes care of the rest. If this message spoke to you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can continue learning how to live with purpose, clarity, and a truly prosperous mind.